Welcome back, gamers, to another uh, amazing, couldn't decide if I was say amazing, outstanding there, episode of Mediocre Gamers. I am INF Rebel, joined by always is everyone's good friend, DMI Patriot.
That's me.
I had to come up with a different theme this year for your introduction because last year was candy.
Yeah. So now I'm just a friend.
I guess.
Friend.
Hold on. Everyone's favorite Alfred, DMI Patriot.
So now I'm a sidekick?
Yep. I'm going to go with the sidekick theme, I think.
Okay.
Well, was Alfred technically a sidekick? He's a butler. I mean, Robin's the sidekick.
I guess I don't know.
Why would you classify Alfred? Because, I mean, he is implicit in all of his crimes, but he doesn't go out and fight him, so. More like a back support? Like a tech support? Kind of behind-the-scenes support?
Like, what was the guys on 007 that did all the projects and stuff for him? Like, built the...
Like 6? What was his name? M? No,
M?
Q?
Q?
Was it Q?
Maybe Q.
Oh, no. I think M was the lady.
Oh.
Q was like the weapons guy, I think. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's been a while. I need to go on a fucking Bond binge.
Yeah. For sure. I haven't watched him in a long time.
Right? There's a new one coming out this year, so hopefully.
It should be.
Anyways, that's one
sidetracked.
Got off topic. We're gonna, obviously we're gonna talk about, World of Warcraft. We're gonna talk about the Call of Duty changes, and then I've been seeing a lot of people play these new games like Gone for Dead or Days of Dead or something.
Days Gone
and Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. Yeah.
Every guy's combined them because I'm an idiot. So I have seen a lot of people pick these up in the streaming community. It seems to be some growing base there. But we'll start off, I always do, with some Call of Duty updates. They did say the DMR got nerfed. We were having a
philosophical.
Debate. There you go. A debate, and he's like, yeah, people are moving away from him. Like, I literally watched 3 different streamers last night. You still use it, but it does seem to be more balanced because it does look like there's some variety. People are going back to the Kilo or the AMAX or whatever. So it's nice to get that variety in there. But it still seems like the DMR and the other gun and just wrecking the Mac 10. But I think a lot of people I saw using the AUG now.
Yeah, the burst AUG is doing pretty well right now. I haven't got killed with it yet, so that's good. DMR, I haven't been getting killed with the DMR lately, so that's great. I switched back over to, I've been running the FFAR, which shreds close range. It's up there with the best TTK, I believe, time to kill. And then running with the Car 98 also, getting some wicked snipes.
I thought FFR was Cold War. You can combine them?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like Cold War weapons, Modern Warfare weapons, and you couldn't
No, you can do both at the same time.
Oh.
It's fun. That's what makes it nice.
I thought they were going to be separate. That isn't. Okay. So maybe I was seeing because I was just seeing one of the weapons. So maybe it wasn't the Mac 10. Maybe they are running the DMR and the AUG or something. I thought that it was specifically weapons.
The Mac 10 is still the best light machine, or not light machine, but submachine gun. It fire rate with the amount of power and hip fire is just crazy. You can't get away from that. So you don't see very many people running the MP5 anymore. MP5, there are 2 MP5s in the game. One for the Modern Warfare and one for the Black Ops. Cold War. Yep. And the Cold War is more powerful, so it has a lot better hip fire spread also. So that's great. That's a good one to run.
Interesting.
But yeah, been doing pretty good with it. I switched over. I started playing a little bit more because it's fun now that the DMR, you're not just getting DMR'd every 5 seconds. because that's what it felt
Right.
like. And I was getting so angry, and I almost broke my controller. Um, so it
I
was
just
it was a good
love
time.
how you were just like, I'm gonna be streaming nothing but Cyberpunk, and you haven't streamed Cyberpunk.
I streamed it. I streamed it once. It
Yeah,
wasn't. I didn't enjoy it
wasn't what you
with
were.
the bugs and stuff like that was
But
happening.
then they fixed it. You haven't like tried it, like go back to it.
Not lately, no, because the reason is because there's no viewers now for it. So
Well,
that's
maybe
the
you could be the guy.
no, nope. I don't want to be the guy. No, I do want to start playing a few different games here and there, so I'm not stuck on Call of Duty all the time. But I'm getting good numbers right now on Call of Duty, so I'm gonna stick that out until it starts dipping down. So
yeah, I'd really like to do, like we talked about this, our Saturday, like just random games.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting. We do have to. I think the biggest thing especially for Facebook, is that we have to make sure that it's in the gaming section. If it's not in the gaming section, we can't play it.
Because they're all in the gaming section. What are you talking about?
When you tag a game,
yeah,
you have to. Not all the games are there. So if it's not there,
every single game I've ever tagged has been in there.
That's because you play mainstream
games.
No,
when I played that Battle Rock Galactic or whatever.
Yeah, that
wasn't a mainstream game.
I was looking at stuff the other day, and I was searching for games to play. I was taking Steam games and putting them into Facebook to see what their numbers look like and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I was not. There's a lot of them that weren't there. So
really,
yep.
Like what? What are some examples?
There was a Need for Speed one that wasn't in there. So
seriously,
yeah.
Was there a version of Need for Speed that you?
Yeah, there was a couple. There was a couple different ones, but not the specific one that I was looking at.
Is that why you got that foot pedal? It wasn't for push to talk; it's for Need for Speed.
No, I get the foot pedal. I really do want to buy. I was looking at the Logitech, G, whatever they are, the pedals and steering wheel and everything for racing games, because I really wanted to look into that. There's this game called iRacing that I was watching, and you pay a monthly subscription to, and you can get into racing leagues and stuff like that. It's
you race other people and stuff.
Yeah, they have like dirt tracks all the way up to NASCAR. It's pretty dope. And not only that, there's like a whole different community that basically, so you can do your own designs on the cars and stuff like that. So there are actual graphic design artists out there that design specifically for this game for vehicles.
Can you, let's say you get like sponsored by like
you put real sponsors on them. Like people are getting real sponsored on that shit. Like that's pretty awesome, crazy. Man. Like I was just like, how is this is a whole different community and part of gaming that I didn't even know existed. So it was pretty dope to dive down into.
Nice, dude. How much is the Logitech stuff?
It's about it. The new steering wheel I think is about $250. So it's not too much, and it's like it like gives feedback and everything. So it gives resistant. Like when you're turning and stuff like that. So it's like
I was trying to think of what a housewarming gift to get you. I already have a great idea for your office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to wait to see it though. Oh, but then I was going to get you a real gift.
But yeah, so that's where we're at with Call of Duty. Off on a tangent again.
Well, yeah, I mean, like my brother called me last, like I don't know, maybe it was Thursday. He's like, "All you ever do is play World of Warcraft. We don't play Blackout." I'm like, "No." Like I don't have it downloaded. Like when I got my new computer set up, I haven't re-downloaded it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "That's all you ever." I'm like, "Yeah, all you just play Blackout. Get some friends." He's like, "I don't have any." Like, go to some streamers, find a community. Leave me alone. You need other people to play besides your brother.
Yep. He jumps into my stream every once in a while, and he doesn't.
Yeah, he's loving it.
Yeah.
He loves multiplayer. That's his jam. He's having a lot of fun with it. So all power to him. he called me. He was like, "Dude, I'm finally level at DMR." I'm like, first of all, it sucks in multiplayer. Second of all, it's getting nerfed. You're a little late to the game, bud.
Yeah.
He's like, "What, for real?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, just jump into Warzone." He's like, "I have no one to play with." I'm like, "They're solo. Who cares? Just jump in and die." I do that all the time with friends.
Yep.
And then occasionally I'll get a win.
Yep.
Not a lot of them.
Yep.
But
50-50 shot, you get a kill in the gulag.
no, mine's like about 20%. Like Adam's terrible at the game, but he fucking murders the gulag all the time. It never makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like I watch him play, like he'll have like maybe 1 or 0, maybe 1 kill, and then he goes in the gulag and like I think he has like an 8. Every time I've watched him play, it's like 80% he wins. I'm like, why don't you play like that when like you're out there? But anyway, I just want to talk. I finished Twisted Corridors. So what this is a Torghast thing, which was 8 layers of 18 floors. 2 days ago, I went in and I wiped on floor 17. Yesterday, I got to the final boss, no deaths, and first one I got like a power to not take damage for 90 seconds, still lost. So I literally had like 6 lives, and I was on my last life. I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna leave. I'm like, you know what, YOLO, last life, and I downed it. I mean, I put it on my Facebook, like I start screaming. I was so happy. And then one of the guys who like started following me recently is like, that excitement, dude. I'm like, yeah, like I was, wow, like it was all me, like balls to the wall, trying to do all the little tricks I could. I kept dying and wiping at like a certain percent. I'm like, okay, I gotta get these lined up, but I don't know. This game has just been so great and like and challenging. That literally the boss itself took me 35 minutes.
Dang.
Not to mention the 2 hours leading up to it, but
and then crazy.
I literally was shaking. Like I literally killed it, and like I was like shaking. Like I was like, "Oh my god, I fucking did it!" And I started screaming. And I was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Sorry,
fucking crazy person."
Yeah, I was like, "Why are you screaming at your computer, you weirdo?" But I was excited. I love it. Like all these challenges and stuff they're doing with it. So this is a new thing, but.
Nice.
Neither here or there. Still a great game. We got a couple mythic bosses down, so we're making progress. We're moving on. So
that's awesome.
That's that. Not really much for gaming to talk about. You know, there just really hasn't been much news out.
Yeah.
One of the big things came out.
Yeah, one of the big things is that EA, they're still going to be doing some Star Wars stuff, but Ubisoft is teaming up with Lucasfilms and Star Wars, and they're building an open world game.
Yes,
and it's going to be I think it's either the dev or the producer from or director from Division and Division 2, which are great games. They were riddled with issues and stuff like that, but ultimately it was a good game. There's still quite a bit of a following on those 2 games right now. There's still a lot of people playing those.
I mean, I love the Division. I wish maybe that's what game we should get back into, like on a Saturday. Let's get back into the Division.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we haven't done anything. There's more expansions on it now and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, because I know when we played Division 1, it basically we got capped where all we ever did was in the dark zone because we didn't have people to run the raid with.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a blast. I don't know how well I do on mouse and keyboard, but let's give it a shot. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's a game we can look into get back into. I mean, I know Destiny came out, and it's like a big Destiny community too, but I don't know if I want to get back into Destiny or not.
Yeah, there's a lot of grinding with that, I feel.
Right. And same with there is in the Division too. There was a lot of grind, but
yeah. But
I am excited about this open world concept for a Star Wars game. I mean, when I played Star Wars: The Old Republic, was a MMORPG, and I love that game. I mean, there was like some PvP battlegrounds that they had. Hutball was great, but you basically could go at like I think it was 11, and everyone was scaled to like your stuff. Obviously, you didn't have the higher powers unlocked, but
yeah.
And not only that, I mean, you had the Alliance or the Empire, and you can pick which kind of Jedi you wanted to be, or a smuggler or something else, so I mean, there's a lot of different choices, but like I grinded to get I wanted a yellow lightsaber, so I grinded that out to get a yellow lightsaber.
Good old
And then I just stopped playing. But it was a lot of fun, especially for like, you know, one of those WoW type of games with the Star Wars theme.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see how that turns out. I don't think we'll see anything for 2 years on it.
No, it probably
That's the biggest downer of that whole situation is that we just have to wait for it. So, and by then I'll probably need a new even a better graphics card.
All right. I mean, the Harry Potter game's coming out. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I rewatched the trailer for that, so I'm pretty pumped about all of that. To see how you can to see what kind of magic and what kind of spells and stuff like that you can do and how you progress. I think it would be interesting if you aren't just at Hogwarts, if you could go to a different school or something like that. I would love that because there's not a whole
lot. But I think I think it's Hogwarts based game.
Is it?
I think so. Maybe that's the name of the you're school. A student at Hogwarts in like 1800s.
Yeah, but man,
I don't know. Maybe there'll be expansions down the line if it does good, where you can like transfer to, you know, wherever Crumb's from or whatever, Romania.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I just love Harry Potter. You want to be on here? Creep. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, other than that, there's not many games coming out that like I'm like super excited for. It's I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not on console as much anymore. And I really don't buy stuff like I don't really buy Zeldas on like I knew new Zelda came out for Switch and I haven't even bothered that. So I don't really know. It's it's tough to get these like into these games, but we do have exciting news. We will be playing Dungeons and Dragons. A buddy of mine that I play WoW with, he's putting together a game. It's last year's version, I guess. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Neither of us have ever played a campaign, so whatever you got is going to be fine. So we will give a full review of that, and he has agreed to come on and kind of talk about it as well. So we'll get him on here to kind of explain, what D&D and kind of some tips and stuff for some noobs, for some brand new people, which we will be. So we're looking at doing, I think he said maybe like once a month to get some people together, going through it. I don't know how we pick our characters and stuff like that. I don't know if he makes them up. So
yep,
we'll find out.
That's going to be the interesting part. I'm kind of excited to see how that all works out. I never thought I would be the person that would want to play Dungeons and Dragons, but it just seems like it's like, man,
I've always
I kind of want to play it just to see what it's like and to see how it goes. Cause there's like, I don't know, there's tons of celebrities evidently that
so for the like when we did the stream the Warriors week, a bunch of people played with Louis Anderson and Carrot Top.
Yeah.
And then I remember that Big Bang episode where what's that big fucker's name? He was in True Blood, the werewolf, and then it was a Magic Mike.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember.
Yeah, so he was in it. Like, there's a bunch of. I don't know if it was for an episode or not, but I know like a lot of people play it. And like, I think a lot of people play Settlers of Catan too. Like, I remember like it was an Omos or a Maze, whatever that charity thing is, where you can buy stuff to like have a chance. Like, yeah. And Dak Shepard was on that, like having a family game night with him and Kristen Bell, and he just kept talking about Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
So. So I do miss playing board games, especially, now that, I've kind of tried to stop drinking. Like, it'd be nice to get like people together, just play like a game night. Yeah.
Game night.
But it seems now like, game nights, play Among Us or something, people. But I don't know. I miss playing like board games. I always like Chance. Or not Chance, Monopoly, stuff like that.
I think you could play a lot of those online now too. So I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, I saw like Promise and Nick Cool and all. They were playing Scribbly. It's whatever. It's like the Pictionary, but like you try to draw it and they guess what they write. We did it like a team activity one day at work. But yeah, they were like literally doing that. Like they were like just chatting like with their community, and they were like playing that. And like that huge Like it was Ninja Tim the Tatman. They were playing Uno one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something like that would be kind of fun to get some people together, especially with the COVID and like the social distancing, like play Phase 10 or something online with some people.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
So, other than that, yeah, there hasn't really been that many announcements out for video games, so it's kind of hard to kind of give some reviews other than like what we constantly play every week. I did see that Kenny made some new friends and he was playing some Warzone with them and looked like he was having a lot of fun.
Yep. No, it was a good time. It was just a different vibe. So it was pretty solid. So
have you started trying to branch out to other streamers as well yet or no?
Not really, no. There's
No.
that one guy that we played with
Minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He messaged me, but he plays really late at night or on the weekends,
Yeah.
and I'm just right now it's not my schedule, so it's hard to jump in a game with him.
All right, so that's gonna do our gaming section, and we're gonna go over to some movies and TV shows that we watched and review, starting with a childhood favorite, Karate Kid, Cobra Kai. I watched the first 2 seasons on YouTube, and then I moved over to Netflix in season 3. I love it. Absolutely, it's great. It's so good. Like, I don't know. It's everything like I remember. Like, and like they had like I just watched a video where like who really is the bad guy? Was it Johnny Lawrence or was it Daniel LaRusso? There's always been this debate of who's actually the bad guy in it.
Yeah.
And so they're both point of views, but I've really enjoyed this so far. The nostalgia of like my childhood and stuff, watching those movies, and even getting like what's her name came back even for an episode and got to see her, so that was great. And it's kind of how they're
Elizabeth Shue.
Yes, Elizabeth Shue. Yep, that was her. Yeah, and so it's great to see her. And then the Japanese girl from the second movie, he went back and met up with her and the girl he saved, and there's some plots there. And then the bad guy from them as well. It's nice to kind of like to roll it all back in, and I'm imagining the next one is the bad guys from the third one are going to be back for season 4. I think that's who he called, because that's kind of got a backstory as well on what's his name, the sensei.
Yeah,
so kind of got a little peek, some history of him and how he came to be who he was
from Vietnam.
And so it's great. I enjoyed it. I think there definitely needs some more choreography on some of their fight scenes, especially when it's like Daniel and Johnny, they're old as shit.
Yeah.
But the kids are like, some of them are kind of bad, but but I've enjoyed it. I love the 3rd season. I'm excited for the 4th season.
Yeah. I think that's the point. I don't think it's supposed to necessarily be like a cinematic masterpiece, like with excellent choreography. I think it's made to be specifically what it is, a cheesy sitcom about 1980s.
Well, I figured when they switched over to Netflix, somebody got a little bigger budget to get some better fight scene choreography, but it's like,
wow. If it's working, if it's working, it's working, man. I mean, but great. Also, I mean, when I was in high school, I wasn't an elite karate person, so I don't how maybe they're just dumbing it down a little bit because they're not all black belts.
That's true. That is true. I mean, I guess but I'm just you look at like the evolution of like the fight movies and this how bad some of the 80s like choreograph is, and like now like people are like taking classes and learning how to properly fight. I figured like at least like the kids in it would like take some classes to get some movements and flexibility or whatever. Like I expected the old those guys to be terrible, but it's still great. Great stories too with it, like a lot of plot twists and like other stuff coming, and it's good. I like it.
I highly recommend it. It was a great one. I ended up watching the whole season in the weekend. So
Same. And yeah, so if you're looking for, if you're on the fence about it, definitely watch it. If you, especially if you love like the movies growing up, you know, you'll definitely enjoy it. You get to, relive some stuff. That's why I love about these new movies, and coming them back out of nothing, and
yeah,
it's great. It kind of like sees like their struggles in life, like how Johnny's had like a kind of a shit life afterwards, and stuff like that. But sometimes I just can't get over the shitty choreography, but
yeah,
it's good. It's good though. You'll enjoy it. Definitely sit down and watch it, and waste some time. It's entertaining. That's all I'm looking for, is to be entertained.
exactly. And it did that.
And then next up is Titans. This was a DC show that moved over to HBO Max, and I'm believing they're having a third season of it.
Yeah, they're already working on that. So,
but this is kind of, with Titans is kind of like the sidekicks were formed. So Robin's not really Robin in it. I mean, it's Dick Grayson, and he kind of puts these people together, and it's darker. I mean, there's a lot different than your typical show. It's kind of, I like it because it kind of reminds me of some of those Marvel Netflix shows. It's darker,
yeah,
not like your cookie cutter shit that we're gonna get with Black Widow. But
I mean, they touch on substance abuse and stuff like that,
Mhm.
where in like it is, and being able to not being able to control your anger and stuff like that. So, and they go overboard a few times, and
Yeah,
it's
you actually get to see like the flip side of it, like how they're struggling with this concept of being these heroes, and then controlling themselves when they're out there, and then the struggles, the aftermath, their injuries, and stuff that they're doing. They turn to drugs or alcohol to kind of help their dull their senses or whatever with loss. The only thing I really don't like is the flashbacks and flash forwards. It's kind of odd how they're doing that, and then introducing characters. Like they got Aqualad for like an episode, and then I was just like, what? And then yeah, and the Superboy. I was like, what is? I don't know. That was the only thing that really bothered me, is just kind of how they're like these characters come about. Like, is this the future
you
that hasn't
you
happened yet?
you in time. You just don't understand the concept of time. I don't think. I
It's
think that's
fucking
the problem.
stupid. It makes no sense.
It makes 100% sense. You
No, because
just
you don't know if that's a real timeline or not.
you watch to see. That's the whole point. You're not.
Oh, dumb. I don't like it. I don't like how they're doing it.
Oh my
No, no, thank you.
god. Oh, but yeah,
You
I fully enjoyed it. I loved I loved every aspect of it. I don't think that there was anything bad with it. I'm not sure I like the Batman in it though. Not I'm not sold.
I think the whole point is he's not supposed to be in it. He's Batman, but he's basically Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. And that's I would like to see Batman. I would like to see him in there.
I
Every
wouldn't.
once
I
in a while.
want it's the Titans. We've had enough Batman shit. I want
Well,
Titans
but why is he just like he's like, yeah, you guys take care of it. You guys manage that. I'm gonna
because
be
he's
over
in
here.
Gotham.
I'm gonna be here doing this shit.
Because he's in Gotham and they're in
He's
San Francisco.
he's in
He can't Batman two cities at once.
why the
He's
fuck
not
not?
Superman.
Yeah, Superman can Superman over there. Everything.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Superman can get there pretty quick. I don't think a private jet can travel as fast.
Yeah. But Batman did make Superman ride in that jet.
Bit of all right. We've already touched on. But yeah, I mean, I like it because it's dark and gritty, and you get to see some of these other characters that typically they don't really show because they're not like the marquee main ones. So I mean, you get to see it. And like, I don't know if Rachel's good or bad. I can't tell. Every episode it seems like she's good and she does something shitty, and then like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that girl.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I
I
still
think
can't decide. Like every episode, I'm like, I don't know. She's good or bad. She seems like she wants to be good, and then she murders people.
yeah, but in a good way.
Murder in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god.
I enjoy it.
But
Yeah, I
I mean,
recommend it.
they have a spinoff of Doom Patrol. Have you watched that?
I've watched like 4 episodes of Doom Patrol.
Any good?
It's okay. I don't
Yeah.
I don't I didn't really get into it very much. There was a lot of backstory on each individual person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy it too much.
Right. Usually, I try to give like 3 or 4 episodes before I'm like, okay, is this for me or not? But
Yeah, I
I
just
mean,
did.
you have similar tastes, except when you don't understand Wonder Woman, kind of irritates you. But not everyone is socially acceptable as me. So,
Yeah, and that leaves HBO Max here pretty soon, also. So I'm probably gonna watch it one more time, just to.
oh, it's only on there for a limited time.
Yeah, I think it leaves on the 21st.
Where does it go?
Just not on there.
Oh,
And
go.
then I think it does it a short period of time, and then it goes to video, so it can be rented and stuff like that.
Oh, but I figured the movies would still stay on there.
No,
Like,
it's only a short
no,
period.
okay. Intriguing.
Yep.
So,
Yep, they're limited engagements, I believe.
okay. And then we're going to talk about the history of swear words. Now, I really enjoyed this. I like history. I like to learn about like I don't know weird stuff. Like I didn't know where these words came from and how they kind of evolved over time. And so to me, it was really interesting. The comedy was not great at times, but just like learning about where these words comes from. Like Dick literally came from Richard Nixon. All the shit that went down with him, that's where basically everyone started referring to a guy as a dick because he was doing dick shit. So that's literally where it came from. I did not know that. Like some of the slogans, like on the buttons, are like, "What the fuck?" But I mean, that was interesting to me. And like, it was fuck, shit, bitch, dick, I think pussy, and damn were the words that they went over. And yeah, it was just it was interesting to kind of see like because they had like comedians on it, and they had like real scientists. Like one lady worked for the dictionary, and then there's other ones like the female studies, doctorate or whatever, and then like another really smart lady knows about words. So it's interesting to kind of get that mixture of comedic, comedians, Sarah Silverman, Nikki Glazer, Nick Offerman, stuff like that, and then like the factual scientific stuff as well, and kind of how like where you first see these words throughout history and how they evolved from people forever thought fuck meant fornication under the consent of the king, like the king basically had to give you permission to fuck.
Yeah.
And so they had like little bits here and there, but I don't know. I thought it was really interesting just to learn that stuff, something I didn't know before. Like, okay, how this kind of evolved and why are these deemed dirty words? Like, someone had to make that determination. This is a
Yeah.
dirty word. And basically, how the fuck is this? Like, how people use it. It's an expression. And they actually did a science experiment, which blew my mind. I want to try it. If they put their hand in a bowl of ice water, and you can withstand the pain longer if you swear.
Yeah.
So they had people put their hand in there, not say anything, and they had people put in there cussing. And people put their hands in longer and cussing. They kept it in longer.
Yep.
It's something like this release of endorphins or something.
Yeah,
like
because it activates a certain part of their brain, and
Yeah.
a primitive portion of their brain that's in the stem, basically of the brain that controls pain and yeah, and that was one of the things that I caught from that one episode that I watched. I didn't.
See?
It was
You learned
okay.
something. People
There,
didn't expect to get like some game of. They just got some fucking doctor brain knowledge drop. You're welcome, people.
it
But
was
no,
it was
it was different.
interesting.
Yeah, like it's if you're looking like just be blown away with laughter, there's bits and pieces of it. But if you like want to learn and kind of like if you're intrigued by that type of stuff, definitely check it out. It was super interesting. And to me, like they touch like who decided these were bad words?
Yeah.
And then like the rating system. So PG-13, you're allowed one fuck. That's it. You're allowed one fuck. And so they got like Sarah Silverman was talking about like on School to Rock that they should just at the end scenes how everyone come back out and just scream fuck.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. They just like, oh, this rating, you can have one fuck. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you can have a couple of shits.
Yeah.
And it is, I don't know how that it was like, huh.
Yeah, the rating system is so it's so weird.
It's an American thing because overseas it's completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, you got naked news and stuff. Like, I don't know why. Like here, we're so like.
Yeah, when I was in, where was I? I don't know where exactly I was. I think I was in Belgium. There was a show that was on TV that basically you could tell if you wanted to date somebody. There was like windows and stuff like that that came up slowly, like you would see their kneecaps, and then you just see their lower half, and they're completely naked, and it's men and women that would happen to, and then just it would cover their face, and then you would determine whether or not you wanted to date this person or whatever. You would ask them questions while doing it. Like it was so fucking weird, and this is just on regular TV. Like it's like what?
Oh man, what a concept though.
What?
Like you gotta think like a woman's gonna say like that dick's way too big for me. No matter what he looks like, that shit's not fitting inside of me.
That's not happened to me. So
yeah, man, it's crazy. Just yeah, because I was stationed in Germany. I saw a bunch of crazy shit when I traveled and what's acceptable now. But yeah. Anyway, off tangent again. If you're looking for like an educational show about swear words, it's good. Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage. And he tries to have like these words. I think it was like bitch, like son of a Nick or something. I don't know. He tried to make some funny joke about switching a word over. Maybe it was dick. I don't remember, but I enjoyed it. There were like 20-minute episodes. They're not very long. You get a little education and a little comedy. So I mean, it's great if you just want to learn. If you have children in the house, wouldn't recommend listening to it because they swear a lot. There is a lot of swear words in it. So just be conscious of that. If you're at work or something, just make sure you watch it in a safe environment. But I enjoyed it. The comedy bits, like I said, but it's not for everybody. Some people don't like the word moist, which is weird. Like you're offended by a word.
No, it's not offensive. It just hits weird. It just
hits weird. How do you describe a muffin?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't fuck with muffins.
What?
I don't like muffins.
I thought you were the muffin man. Well, looks like you're gonna get fucking muffin little flavors now. All right. Interesting take on Batman. Apparently, they're talking about having all of the Batman back in the Robert Pattinson movie, like Michael Keaton. I don't know if Christian Bale will do it, but the other ones, like the Batman multiverse coming in 2022. Thanks, Spider-Man.
I don't think it'll work. As much as I love the Michael Keaton Batman, I just don't think it will. I mean, you have Michael Keaton Batman. So is it? What about Val Kilmer and
George Clooney
in Nipple Batman? When
I think what I read it was Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton. I don't know if Christian Bale is going to come back. I don't know if Val Kilmer can fit in the suit. That guy got fat. And
he has
George
a medical
Clooney
issue.
George Clooney's George Clooney. So I don't know. I know as of now, I think Ben and Michael Keaton were on board with it. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm interested to see how they do it in Spider-Man with Toby and Andrew, along with Tom. So I don't know.
I have no faith that they would be able to execute this in any form.
Yeah. And if they don't do the meme when they're all pointing at each other, I might leave the movie. Like that has to happen. If they're gonna do that, all three better be standing there like this.
Yep, that's good. Yep, that's my favorite.
It's the best meme ever.
I don't think DC can do it. I honestly I have no faith that they can execute any of this shit that they're wanting to do. They can't even make
Right.
a single good movie. Aquaman is the best movie, and it was okay. It wasn't great.
Well, since the Dark Knight series.
Yeah. Yes. Well. Yes. There is a difference there. Yeah.
You didn't like the first Superman?
No, it wasn't great.
I liked it. I didn't like Batman vs Superman, but I thought the first one with Harry Cavill was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's gone downhill, and
First Superman wasn't horrible. It was a good movie. I'll say
yeah,
that.
I mean they've literally let out some stinkers, and Aquaman did kind of save it, and then I don't know if Robert Patterson can bring it back with Batman because every Batman's been great for the most part, except the nipple Batman, but that was just them throwing money trying to solve problems.
Yeah. Put some nipples on the suit. What? It's a fucking suit, man. Why don't doesn't need to be nipping out in the suit? He just doesn't.
God, that was just fucking terrible.
It's so
Like,
weird.
why? At what point?
It's so weird.
Like that went through multiple people to get signed off. Like
Yeah.
multiple people, like the costume designer, then the director, and then whoever else, producers. Like, oh, that looks good. Yeah, let's get some nipples on. Why?
Yeah.
Especially like with America's fear of like breastfeeding in public. Let's just put nipples on a fucking suit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to pull it off or not, but it'll be interesting to see him do.
Yeah.
But we're going on. We didn't touch on Mandalorian, and I wanted to touch on it because the last episode was amazing. And someone, I don't know if you watched that post where I need a hero. Someone put I need a hero when Luke comes. They lined it up.
Yeah.
So I rewatched that scene with it. But Mandalorian, absolutely stellar, man.
It was great.
Like, when he came in, I saw that hand. I'm like, that's fucking Luke. That has to be Luke. And I was pumped, and they revealed it. Amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of that's when I saw the jet come in, or the TIE fighter, whatever the fuck it is,
X-wing,
fly in. I was like, I had a hink, a inkling of what it was, and I thought, I was right. So I was pretty pumped about that. It's not very, very often that you just sit there with your mouth wide open when watching something, and that's what happened there. I didn't like the CGI. I don't think that they tried super hard on it, and I don't think that they needed to. Honestly,
I mean, they had to like get him younger, but
yeah, they didn't need to. They didn't need to. It worked for what it was. Now I'm not sure where they go from here. I don't know what they do. Is Grogu no longer in the series? Like,
I don't think so. I think his Jedi training is going to be gone, but I think Mando might team up with those other ones and try to take back, whatever their goal was. I think he might team up with them.
Yeah.
And then who knows about, Boba, he kind of paid his debt, and like that throne type of thing, like at the post credits.
Yeah.
Like, is Bobo getting his own series?
Yeah, he is. That comes out next year. There's not going to from my understanding, there's not going to be a Mando released in 2021. So
okay. So I mean, yeah, it's all open because we've had 2 seasons of him taking care of Grogu. So now it's like, okay, let's go see him do some bounty hunter shit.
Yeah.
Or does he team up and try to take back Mando, wherever the planet Mando, or whatever the hell they were doing?
Yeah, Mandalore.
Yeah, Mandalore. There you go.
Yeah, I mean that they did bring that into because technically he's the king or leader of the Mandalorians at this point because of the sword, the dark saber that he has. So that's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. But yeah, it was a very solid season. I wanted more of it, and I have no qualms with it at all.
All right, we agree on something. Did you watch WandaVision?
I did. Watched them really quickly. Did you watch them at all?
I did.
Yeah. So the first two episodes of WandaVision were, so if you saw any of the videos or the trailers for it, it was all like 1950s based, post war, very sitcom-y. And that's what the first two episodes were. It was very, it wasn't what you would expect from a Marvel movie or a Marvel show, because it wasn't, it it seemed very interesting, the concept that they're going with this. And I believe it seems like they're trapped in some sort of mind control or something of that sort that's making them feel this way or act out in the 1950s sitcom esque
Yeah, so
way.
that's my thought. Like they because she keeps getting called out. And but I don't know. It's just I don't think it was really that funny. Like I don't know what they were going for.
I don't think it was
Like
supposed to be
this,
funny. There was
I don't
parts
know.
that were supposed to be funny. They were mimicking very much like the,
Right. I love Lucy or stuff like that. But
yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm not seeing the point of this. It like doesn't really make sense to me right now. Hopefully, when you get more episodes to kind of expand on it. Because it looks like Wanda is being mind controlled or she's in some sort of trouble and they're trying to reach her or something.
Yeah, and then
But
at the end of the second episode, you'll notice that she sees something she didn't like and she rewinds it. So, I think there is something. Yeah, I think they will break out of where they're at, what they're doing, and I think that there will be a villain at some point. Even you'll show in the end of the first
which I
episode
think it
where
might be
somebody's
someone
watching them. You know what I mean?
like I
On a
think
TV
Catherine
remote.
Hahn might be one of the evil people that's helping her. Or someone that's in the show is someone that's like kind of there
Orchestrating.
with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like putting them in with it so they can make sure things are going
Yeah.
correctly type
But
of thing.
you'll notice that other characters, they just like, they don't know what's going on either. They can tell,
Yeah.
they can feel something is going on, and but they can't put their name on it,
Yeah. Like
because they
like
don't.
Mr. Hart choked and then like got up like, oh, time to go.
Yeah, like I just there while there was just something off with it, and with every scene, and I think that is what they're trying to portray, and that's why I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what's
I
what's
think
going to
it
happen
like
every week.
makes you kind of want to rewatch them to kind of see if you can find like what's off and what's going on with it,
Yeah.
and then, like the fucking gum jamming up his gears. I'm like, that is the stupidest fucking thing. What?
He acted
This
drunk.
guy is a computer. He's
He
not
acted
gears
drunk.
inside of him.
Yeah. Well, he's not even a computer. I don't even know what
I don't know.
he's a
And I didn't
is he even
notice
a
when he was
carbon?
in the
I don't even think he's a carbon based life form. Um, I'm
I
not sure
did
what he is
check. Does he
exactly.
have the fucking stone still?
Yep, he still has the stone.
It's hard to tell with the colors, like the black and white, but
Yeah, still has the stone. No, because at
God.
the end of the second one, you'll see it. At the end of the second
Yeah, they
episode,
come to color
when
and
it
stuff.
comes to
Yeah.
color, you can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So there's more to come on this. Just be prepared for something weird.
Yep.
A lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people hated episode 1 and they gave it a chance and they're enjoying it. I'm holding my reservations until it's all over so I can see the whole picture. But I
Hopefully, it
like them. They're
doesn't have
taking
anything to do with time, because that's going to be a bad situation, a bad conversation.
yeah, because you don't fucking understand time travel.
I understand it.
You don't at
Oh
all.
my god.
Like, dude, it's like talking to fucking wall how dumb you are in time travel. But I don't know. It's definitely I like how they're taking chances. They're doing something different. It's not the same like formula cookie cutter. Like here's how it's supposed to be. Like boom, 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 boom. And, like let's fucking do something different.
Yeah.
And I don't think kids are gonna enjoy it because it's not typically what you see. I think it's more for like an adult audience personally to kind of can get on the nuances of it. So I don't know. That might backfire out because if the target audience is children, they're probably I don't know, maybe kids do think that was
I
funny.
don't think their
How many
target
have watched
audience is
1950?
kids. I don't think it's children. I think it is people like me and you. We're the ones spending the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the kids love superheroes.
They do, but they'll
But I don't
they'll
know.
consume it
Well,
all.
we'll have to get Hudson on here and have him give us a review.
Yeah, there we go. That'll work.
We really need a 4-year-old's point of view on WandaVision. But I'm excited to see what they come up with for the rest of it. Speaking of that and weird things that's happened, reportedly Michael B. Jordan's being brought back from the dead and playing Killmonger in Black Panther 2.
I don't think they ever showed him die.
They didn't. So he basically said, "Throw me in the ocean with my ancestors." I don't know, is that quote something to be free and then live in chains or something like that.
Yeah,
So I don't know if
like he
the reset
collapsed.
brought him back or if the Wakandans bring him back, and maybe because I know there was rumors that he would take over as Black Panther, but good. And I think it's going to Shuri. That was confirmed. So I don't know how they're going to do it or how big of a role he's actually going to have, but it was confirmed that he is playing Killmonger in Black Panther 2.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different factions in Wakanda. So that and they only touched on a little bit of it with the mountain people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They didn't touch very much on the other aspects. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see if they start actually bringing in more of those people
Hmm.
um, into uh, into the fold on Black Panther. I think Suri having it or being that main character of the Black Panther is the best. That makes the most sense. I think she's gonna overwhelm. Like I don't think anybody will challenge her, because I just don't see her fighting for it without powers. You know what I mean? So I think
Well,
it's going
yeah,
to
'cause
be
she has a lot of her gadgets and stuff,
yeah.
so
But I
I
just
don't know
don't.
how exactly that's gonna work when they do challenge.
I don't think anybody will
I don't
challenge
know.
her. I think it's everybody. It's going to be unanimous. They're just gonna, and I think that
I
they'll.
think it's gonna be super emotional though, because they're gonna do a tribute to him in some way,
Yeah,
in that movie, and I'm excited to see how they do that. And I probably will tear up because I know he was such an amazing actor, and I really don't care when celebrities die, but
yep,
he had something special about him.
yep.
But yeah, so I'm interested to kind of see that again. I don't know if the Snap brought him back or if the Wakandans basically they never showed him throwing him in the ocean, so maybe they're trying to save him. So that'll be interesting to kind of see how they do that.
Yep.
And then there's Chris Evans is talking about coming back as Captain America in some role, kind of like Robert Downey Jr. is.
Yeah, it'll mostly be in. We don't know which movie or anything like that he will reprise his role, but it will be um interesting to see what they decide. And it's not going to be a main. It's not going to be a main
Nope,
character movie.
a small
He's going to be a
small part.
supporting cast basically.
So I
So
think I would like to see him kind of like how Robert Downey Jr. was in Spider Man. With his Iron Man, he was in there for a little bit, just kind of got some guidance.
yeah,
Something like that. Maybe he appears in Winter Soldier and the Falcon and Winter Soldier, um, or who knows. So I just would hate for him to close the door completely when these guys do their contracts. And I know that they're actors and they don't want to be pigeonholed into these roles, but
yeah,
I mean the effect that they have on the world, is just absolutely amazing. People love them. So I would like to see him, eventually maybe have another movie. If not, it would be great, just to have them in little roles.
yep. I think that'll make more sense, and it just bankroll other things that he wants to do. You know,
Yep, exactly. Ex Yeah, 100%.
because basically doing a Marvel movie is like printing money. So it's,
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, is there anything else you wanted to touch on?
no, I think that's it.
I got one. So Netflix is doing like basically a new movie every week for the next foreseeable future. I think that's to kind of combat HBO Max because HBO Max is Warner Brothers is releasing supposedly a lot of movies this year, and they're going to be on HBO Max. I think it was a smart play on Netflix to try to combat that as well. Because I mean, they just lost The Office, went to Peacock, which was huge.
Yeah.
And these other stations start pulling their stuff to their own streaming services, Netflix has to come up with original ideas.
Yep.
But other than that, any thoughts or no?
No, I think we're gonna see how the rest of WandaVision goes. There's a couple new movies that are going to be coming out on Netflix and stuff like that in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully we can review those and we'll be good.
We're going to do a check in here. How are your goals going?
So far so good. I'm at 281 followers on Facebook right now. So that's slowly increasing week over week. Having some more people jump into the chat that are not outside of my actual friend group. So, which is good. And I got some followers from TikTok and stuff like that. So that seems to be rolling pretty well. I had, on the personal front, house has windows. So hopefully we can start moving in pretty soon. Most likely I would assume in mid to late March, maybe even April. So that's where we're sitting. How about you?
Very nice. We had that bad blizzard. I didn't get my mile walk in, so I missed one day. So I'm 17 of 18. I just didn't want to, it was really cold and it was like 30, 40 mile per hour winds. And I just, it's not worth it. So I did some calisthenics up down the stairs, but it wasn't like my 1 mile specific walk.
Yeah.
Other than that, diet's going good. Other than yesterday, I had a little cheat day when we got together for fantasy football. And then we watched our buddies do a punishment where they had to eat the world's hottest chip. And then we had some idiots there like, you know what? We should try that too. So a lot of people ate it. And there was like the little nitro gummy bear that people ate. I don't know why. Only 2 people had to eat it.
Yeah.
We have 12 people in our league. And there was just random people at like the bar that ate it too, and he got sick. I didn't think I saw that guy again.
That was Joe. Yeah, he came back. He actually, I think he left for a moment. He had to go use the restroom.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was good. Other than that, I'm still getting the factor meals. They've been really tasty. I've been really enjoying them.
Yeah.
My next shipment is coming Wednesday, and I actually changed it to get 6 breakfasts instead, because I was getting basically just 2 and the 14 because I wanted to try everything. So
yeah.
So now I got 6 breakfasts specifically for each day, and then the other meals. So they're really tasty. It's a little expensive, but I don't spend money on anything else. So
yeah, there you go.
That's going well. For whatever reason, I'm getting a lot of gaming pages following me lately.
Yep. So Facebook opened up a little bit, or made it easier for gamers to switch their profiles, especially even on the app, the new Facebook gaming app. You can switch to your gaming user.
But see, the thing is the people aren't talking to me. I don't know why they're following me. Like, I don't know if it's something in an algorithm that if you're connected to this person, you might get suggested.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if you go to other people's pages, so if I go to your page on Facebook, there are suggestions of other streamers on there. You can turn that off or turn that on. Most people have that turned on because it's easy to find. It's easier to find. So if you if those people also stream the same stuff, they'll show up as your suggestions.
Oh, I have no idea what they stream. I just keep seeing like some notification like this gaming. Like I've probably gotten 10 to 15 gaming pages in the past week and a half.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay. I just every time I get, I'm like, oh, it's a gaming page. But I did get a new follower that jumps in every single time I stream.
Yep.
conversations. He actually watches my YouTube videos, gives me feedback. I'm like, all right,
Yeah, no, dude,
I
that's
like
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If as long
just me and
as
my one viewer. That's all I need.
no, that's
When I make
honestly
it big, I'll remember you, Alex.
yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know.
super
It's
excited
great because
for you.
a lot of the times, it's like friends that jump in, fucking Barth and his stupid comments. Like, okay, I get it. You're trying to be funny, but you know nothing about this game, so just shut up about it.
Yeah.
But so, like when you get those like real viewers, I like it's like, yeah, I mean, I've watched you for a little bit, and then I was like, hey, I'm gonna start following you because I like what I'm seeing. I'm like, all right, dude,
Awesome. Yeah. No, that's great.
welcome,
Yep. No,
welcome to the rebellion.
I got one of those guys that just dropped into my stream the other night. Was like, hey man, I've been jumping in the stream here and there, watching you. I just wanted to say hey before I got to work, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. It's I'm glad that I'm making a connection, at least with somebody, and then I'm not. It's not all for naught. It's not.
And it is like when you like I don't know how it is for like the big time streamers, but when they started out small, that means something. Like, okay, this guy has all these options to watch,
Yeah.
because everyone's streaming these days. And he's like, you know what? I like how you game. I like how you talk and interact. And like, I'm gonna choose my time to sit with you. And I'm like, dude, that just means everything, like,
Yeah.
because like when I watch a streamer, they have so many like, I don't know how you can even talk to like Stone or Doctor Disrespect or in this big time because literally the chat's just
Yeah, they just pick
and
you. You'll notice
occasionally
that they just pick something and they repeat it, and like I mean, and it probably makes that one person that said something that makes them feel great, that he's like,
100%.
oh man, he's interacting with me, and I understand,
Yeah,
and I
that's
but
kind of like how our buddy Adam, he with Rarzy, he blew up, but since he was with him at the start, he still like singles Adam out and talks to Adam
yeah,
because he was there from the beginning,
yeah,
So I don't know. Yeah, and I get those guys that come in and like watch and they spend their time watching me. It's not only that, it's a lot easier to talk to someone. As I struggle. One of my Achilles is talking to nobody.
yeah,
Like I can only explain what I'm doing so much before I lose my goddamn mind. Because I don't know if I'm repeating the same shit because we don't have a viewer counter on Facebook. So like on Twitch, there's like it shows how many people are watching.
Facebook
So I have
does
to
that.
look at my other screen. But using my other screen, I got Discord or something else over there. Um, so I don't always check it. So I don't know if I'm just explaining the same shit over and over again to the same person. Like I'm trying to like constantly fill the dead air,
Yeah,
and it's I don't know if you've ever done it. Like I struggle talking to myself.
I used to. I've gotten a lot better. So one thing that I learned from I watch Stone a lot. I watch his streams quite a bit, and there's days that where he just plays solo. He doesn't play with other streamers or anything like that. It's just him one on and he's talking and he's explaining what he's doing and all this stuff, and
Yeah,
what he's going to be doing next, his strategy, and why he thinks that. So he's he's not, while he's talking to the chat, he's not necessarily interacting with the chat because he's in the middle of playing an FPS. So that's really hard to do. So you're more or less just trying to explain what you're doing and why you're doing that.
right.
And so I think if you watch what he's doing, I think that will really help you out with that.
Yeah, I
And
mean I have done that, but like
yep,
for me, like on my raid nights, I can only explain the raid so many times because where we're at, we're dying, we're wiping because it's challenging and it's hard.
yeah,
So just constantly repeating the same thing over and over.
yep,
It's a lot different than doing like Call of Duty where you're moving like, okay, here's my strategy here. I see this person, how am I going to attack it? It's I got 20 people here. Here's our strategy. We need to
yeah,
implement it. And you can only do that so much before it's like, 3 hours. Like, okay, well, we're gonna try the exact same stuff we just did. Hopefully we execute it better. And
yeah,
it's just, yeah. I don't know because it's World of Warcraft or what, but
yeah.
that's when, like when you get that feedback of like people talking and kind of, I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Yeah, and I think having people in the chat, especially asking questions, and I think maybe that's what you need to do is try to ask a little bit more questions. And be like, is anybody else in this situation? Blah blah blah, and whether or not it's there's anybody there, what it does is it just kind of
you know,
frees you up, and and make sure that you're constantly talking, because the last thing you want is somebody to come in to the stream and you're
yeah, I'm
just
just
sitting
sitting there doing
there
nothing.
staring at at the screen. So
That's why I jump in Discord a lot because there's usually like guildies in there, so I can have a conversation.
yeah,
So when the people do hop on my stream, I can be like, okay, I can start interacting with them. But I don't know. It's weird. It's always been a weird concept to me. Like if just talking to nobody.
yeah,
It really is. But that's gonna do it for today's episode. Um, we're trying to do these every 2 weeks. We don't really have much to talk about today, but we're trying to find stuff to talk about to get you guys some information, get you guys you know an hour every day on a podcast where you can sit back and just listen to two idiots talk about games and movies. So
absolutely.
until next time, if there's something like I would always say, if there's something you guys want us to discuss or look into, have suggestions for TV shows or movies or something like that, let us know and we'll check it out. I literally all I do is play video games and watch movies, other than hang out with my dog. This guy over here has a girlfriend, like a loser, and has to hang out with her. Sorry, gets to hang out with her and do all that,
It's my privilege.
domesticated stuff. But until next time, keep on gaming. I am INF Rebel. He's DMI Patriot, and we'll see you in the next one.